quieres ponerlo, aprovechar que todavía no hay gente, ponerlo, ¿cuál es?
With TOMi.digital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMi.digital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMi.digital Classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. TOMi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMi.digital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the TOMi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free TOMi Play device to any city in the world.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody from America. This is Juan and Fabian from Mexico. We are here very happy to host this first workshop. This is a private workshop, and that's the reason I want to thank you to Mr. Bipin for opening this space. TOMi is a company that is going into all the classrooms in Latin American countries. Here in America, it's 6 a.m. right now, and I'm very happy to making this live transmission to all of you teachers in India today. So this is our opportunity for showing to you what we are doing in Latin America during the pandemic and in the post-pandemic using the technology of TOMi. So as this is a private transmission only for you teachers from Ambridge School, so I suggest we can wait a minute so the people start joining us. We have 6 participants until now, so we are gonna wait probably 3 or 4 more minutes until the people start arriving from Amrit School. So Fabian, good morning. It's a pleasure having you today here. I think it's your first presentation in English, so I'm so excited to listen to you, and I'm sure that that's going to be very nice. I want to tell everybody that actually Fabian hosts our thousands of teachers events here in Latin America with all the teachers from almost 10 countries in Latin America. So it's a pleasure for me, Fabian, sharing this stage with you today.
Thank you, Juan. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you, learning new things with you, with us, with TOMi.digital. TOMi.digital it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun platform. With you are create classes and content for your students, and you can use in your classes and in your home, and in this moment. So well, I am I am very nervous, but but but
That's great, Fabian. So Fabian are going to be in the backstage in most of the presentation, for helping us choosing any questions you have. So we are going to answer any questions you have during the transmission. And probably after this, after you start using TOMi.digital online, and when you get the free device we are shipping out. Actually, yesterday we shipped out this like the first packaging of Tommy Play for you. You're gonna get this for free for your school. So we are gonna be answering your questions and also giving all the details how to get your devices for free. So we are gonna give a couple more minutes, and meanwhile that I'm gonna show again the video that most of you already saw in the beginning. And this video is about what we are doing. What is Tommy about? That, as Fabian already told it, Tommy is a way for adding energy to your lessons, how to transmit online your lessons to your students with a fun in a fun way, how to engage your students with good classes, good lessons or online. But also, and that's the differentiation of our technology, is that our technology is embedded in this device that allows you to use online subscriptions or online contents to engage your students even inside your classroom when you don't have internet access there. So just one more minute with the video, and after that we are going to start with a full workshop, 60 minute workshop. This is the time we are going to invest today in understanding how to use Tommy. So let's go with the video.
With Tommy With TOMi Digital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMi Digital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMi Digital Classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. TOMi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMi Digital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the TOMi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free TOMi Play device to any city in the world.
Great. So let's go to the work. So let's go to the TOMi.digital platform. Again, this is a platform used by thousands of teachers in Latin America until today, and it's very important for us testing the platform in India too. So that was the reason I get in contact with Mr. Bipin, and I asked him for making this pilot, to giving you free access to the platform, but also shipping out this free device to you so you can start using Tommy for free, completely for free in your schools. And it's going to be very important for us getting your feedback. So meanwhile I'm beginning in the presentation, I want to ask to you, please, if you can write me down in the chat, what subjects are you teaching? What grade are you teaching? It's going to be very valuable for me understanding what is the focus of your teachings in your classes. And so that's going to be easier for me driving this presentation. So I'm going to share my screen. There it is. Mr. Vipin, thank you so much for connecting. I hope I'm pronouncing good your name. So if not, I apologize. So it's very hard for Latin people to pronounce it, as probably it's hard to you pronouncing our name. So it's hard to me to pronounce your names. But thank you so much, Mr. Vipin, for opening this space. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Pippin. So that's great. So um, again, this is my pleasure to be here with all of you presenting the platform. So the first thing I want to remember to you is that if you are not already registered in TOMi Digital formulario, the formulario I send you by email, you can do it anytime. So just introducing your email, your phone number, the city you are in, your first name, last name, school name, and what is the grade you are teaching into. This information is the needed information for generating automatically a PIN code. So you should get this email, an email like this, with a PIN code for activating your pro subscription into TOMi. I'm gonna guide you in each one of the steps for activating your account. Uh, if you didn't it again before, so you can do it right now. Excuse me, I'm gonna take my cat out of the stage. That's part of the homework during this pandemic. So this you should to get this email. If you didn't, so please write me an email. Fabian is gonna give you my email ID in the comments so you can take note of it. And just please write me a mail and I'm gonna send you the code if you don't have it yet. And probably you could get an email in your spam inbox. So double check it if you don't have the pin code yet. So let's go directly to start using and understanding what can we do with TOMi Digital platform. Please remember the most important of TOMi Digital is that this is a platform that can be used online during the pandemic, so you can start using right now with your students, but also after the pandemic when we come back to the classrooms. That actually I really think that K to 12 education, the primary and secondary education, need to be in person always. This is just a temporary thing. This remote learning is just a temporary thing. You need to come back to the schools, and students need that in-person relations with other students. So that's the most important of the education, going in-person education. But inside our classrooms, in the most of the cases, we don't have internet access, or the internet access is not as good for having real-time interaction with all the class. So that's the reason we created this free device that you can just connect to a battery bank or to any power supply. And TOMi Play is going to create a Wi-Fi connection inside a classroom, so students can connect directly to TOMi. So they're not going to have internet access, but they're going to have access to all the lessons you already prepared in TOMi Digital online. So students are not getting like distracted in Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, but they're gonna have access only to the classes you already or the lessons you already prepared. So let's go to create our account. If you don't did it yet, this is the way to do it. If you already did it, so I'm gonna go fast on this topic, but this is actually very easy. So you will need to go only to TOMi.digital. So probably Fabian could also share this link in the chat. So this is TOMi.digital. And when you're here, you will need to do is just signing up. You choose that you are teachers, so students and parents could also sign up into the platform for getting reports or start communication with the group or the class as well. Or the student can check their reports and making some practices inside the platform. So in this case, we are gonna select teachers. We need to select our birthday because we are under the law of minors data like preservation. So it's very important to know that you're not a minor, or if you are a minor, so TOMi are gonna build the information, the private information, in a different way. So it's very important that you choose where is your birthday. I'm gonna choose anyone, but I'm gonna say that I'm not a minor. So this is very similar to what you got. So now just fill up a name. So I'm gonna fill here my name. I'm Juan. I'm Lopera. That's my last name. I'm gonna choose my alternative email here. This is an alternative email I have, and I'm gonna confirm it. There it is. If you have another computer there, so you can, or you are seeing this video on a smartphone and you want to follow these steps in this moment, so you can do it. And I'm gonna go slowly to go through each one of the steps. So I'm gonna sign up. I already have this email, this alternative email created, so I'm gonna change it. And this is the first step. So TOMi is asking to me for a PIN code. So this is a place for taking your activation code and paste it here and click on accept. So, and that's what you need to do. I'm gonna skip the step-by-step description of the platform because I'm gonna describe it to you in a second. So I'm gonna skip it. And if I check here, I'm a pro user. So if you use your PIN code, you're gonna be a pro user and this is gonna appear here, okay? If you skip the screen before when you needed to introduce your pro PIN code, you can go here, select profile, and if you don't have a PIN code already activated, so you can enter the PIN code here and accept, and you're gonna have your pro plan activated, your pro subscription plan activated in the platform. So I'm not gonna do it right now because this pin was already used by me in the previous step. So that's okay. So that's the first step. After that, you already have a pro subscription to the platform. You have the full features of the platform. You can use the platform as a free user. However, you have some restrictions in the reports you are gonna get, the the type of questions or a type of assessment you can apply to your students. So that's the reason I decided to give to you through Mr. Bipin the free access to the platform, the pro access to the platform for free. And Mr. Bipin, once again, I think I already said that we already shipped 10 units of TOMi Play, and we are gonna ship tomorrow another 10 units. This is because of like avoiding any kind of issue in the custom clearance. So we are going to ship a total of 20 devices to you this week. And in the third workshop we are going to teach you how to use TOMi Play in your in-person classes without internet access inside the classroom. So to understand what we can do with TOMi, the first thing we are going to do is present in a class. I'm going to present to you right now a class using TOMi. I'm going to look for example, a class about sales. So this is going to be a science class. So let's look for it. We already have thousands of classes already created. For example, there are 49 classes already. Okay, it says that the screen is not visible. Let me double check it in the video. Thank you, Janki, for your advice, for your notification. Fabian, any idea about this? Because I can see it in the YouTube transmission. If anyone else could confirm if you are seeing the screen of, in case it's only Mr. Janki that cannot see
The screen is very small.
it's
You
very
can,
small.
you can.
Okay, let me check. I'm gonna share my secondary screen. I think probably that's has a better resolution than this.
Yes.
And let me stop sharing and start it again. There it is. Let's try it again. I'm not sure if we're getting now a better resolution.
It's better.
Okay, let's go forward. Please let me know if you have another issue there, and I'm gonna try to solve it. Perfect. So as you can see, there are, for example, in this case, 49 classes created about the cell already in the platform. We have more than 40,000 classes already created. So this is, oh, thank you so much, Shilpa. And again, I apologize if my pronunciation of the names is not the right. By the way, I was for a month in India, just visiting multiple cities like Bangalore, Chennai, Goa. I was in a town named like Tiruvannamalai. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this okay, but that was an amazing experience. However, I never learned how to pronounce Indian name. By the way, if I'm not being clear in English because English is not my first language. So just let me know, and I'm gonna be as clear as possible in each one of the points I'm exposing. So again, so this is the results of the classes with the word cells inside. So you can test looking for your own topic. The English classes is growing and growing every day. Most of the classes are in Spanish by now. However, there are also many classes already created in English. And as soon as you create your own classes, all the repository and the community of classes will be grown, so many teachers can collaborate together for creating better and better experience inside the classroom. So let's go into the class. For example, let's try this one. This is an overview of the census structure. So I'm gonna click it, and what I'm gonna see is like an introduction of what are the activities that this teacher Alejandro prepared for his students. So we have a cover image, we have a true or false exercise like an introductory or warming up activity for understanding if students already have any concept about the cells before starting the class. So this is a true or false activity. This is a multiple choice activity. This is a video about the eukaryotic cells. This is an Scrabble or a word search puzzle with 3 words, only 3 words. This is a complete the sentence. We have a theoretical part. So this is a text, probably from Wikipedia. And after that theoretical part, the teachers include another exams, like another assessment. You can see that each one of the questions has a setup of timeline or a deadline for answering the question. So students, we have 20 seconds for making a match. So they will need to match the name of the image with the text. And that's all. So this is a class created by Alejandro, and I can present it. So probably if you already used platforms like Kahoot.com or Quizzes.com, TOMi is very similar to that, but once again, the most important of TOMi is that you can use TOMi Play for deploying these classes even inside offline classrooms. In some cases, in very rural areas in Latin America, we have teachers teaching their classes, presenting their lessons even in the middle of the nothing, under a tree, in a beautiful landscape, using a battery bank and a TOMi. And students can use any smartphone, any device to connect to TOMi Play, and for living a very fun and a high energy lesson with their teachers. So that's the main differentiation from TOMi from any other platform, is that it was designed for countries like Colombia, where I'm not right now, or countries like Mexico or many other countries in the world, the 80% of the countries in the world that has a poor quality internet access in the classrooms, or in many of the cases, there's not internet access, even in not at all internet access in the classroom. So that's the special part of the special features TOMi has to offer to all of you teachers, besides the community of classes already created by the teachers. So let's go forward and let's make a presentation of this initial class. Probably you can create better classes than this. So each one of you, I'm going to show you in the second part of this workshop. I'm going to teach you how to create your classes in a very easy way. But today, what we are going to do is understand how to present a class. There are three ways for presenting a class. The first one is for practicing. So I can just copy my class link and I can share this link to my students so they can start practicing their classes by themselves. So I can create like training assessments so they can use this assessment for making training process by themselves. The second way is scheduling the class. I mean, this will be like a homework. So I'm gonna define a deadline time for making the assessment or reading all the lesson and playing out the lessons by themselves, the students by themselves in their homes. So I can schedule a deadline like this class will need to be presented or developed by the student in the next 5 days, for example. So they need to give us the results in the next 5 days. So I can schedule for that. Or what we are going to do right now is presenting or playing my class in real time to you. So please remember that we are going to ship to you 20 devices. I know you are 30 teachers, so you're very like 32 teachers or something like that. So we're gonna give you only 20 devices by now. So we're gonna give the devices to the teachers that has more participation in this kind of activity. So you're gonna see in the next steps that you're gonna get points according to the answer and the speed, because this is in a competition mode. So what does it mean? That you will need to be very ready to answer each one of the questions in the assessment that I'm going to present. So before starting, I can to set up different options on my class. The first one is that I decided this is going to be a competition, so you're going to get points according to your answers. The second one is that I can shuffle the answer options. So you're going to get different questions in a different order. So if you are in a classroom, probably you will want that each one of the students has different questions. So they cannot copy the answer from each other. So this is an option. I'm not gonna activate it right now. And also I can ask for students to get authenticated before logging in. If I don't activate this, so you can go into the class with a nickname, not with your like your TOMi account. So being ready with this, I'm gonna go continue to the class, and what you need to do is go into this URL, play.TOMi.digital, and there TOMi is gonna ask you for an access code. The access code for this class is 6390. So Fabian is going to help us copying the direct link to this into the chat. So please go into this link and introduce the pin code for accessing my class. Fabian is going to do the same from his smartphone or his computer, and he's going to share his screen so we can see what students are going to see meanwhile we are presenting the class. So please go into the class, into the link, and join us to the class for having the experience your students are going to have. There's some, there is, oh, great. There is the first teachers, log it in. Perfect. And please keep in mind that this is a YouTube transmission. So YouTube has a small delay. So what you are seeing right now in my video is something that already happened like 5 or even 10 seconds ago. So that's the reason you're going to experiment some kind of delay. So it's important that you be aware of your cell phone or the device you use to connect into the class in order to answer the questions as fast as possible. So that's the way for winning more points during the class. So by the end of the class, we are gonna see who had the better punctuation in the participation in the class. So there are already 5 teachers connected to the class, and we are gonna wait couple more seconds, and after that we are gonna start the class. So great. Six people already connected. Okay, I think we are gonna start. Mm, Once again, remember we have a small delay in the YouTube transmission, so be aware to the cell phone because the class is about to start. The better punctuation will take the first Tommy play for free. So let's go. Let's start it. Oh, we got a new user connected. So probably you are still getting into the URL. So we are gonna wait a couple more seconds. Go into this URL, play that TOMi.digital, and use the code 6390 to join into the class. After that, Tommy is gonna ask you for a nickname, and um, and you can choose an emoji. And after that, you can just log in, and the class will be ready to start. So let's go into it. And I'm gonna start right now. So I'm gonna start my class, and there it is. In your screen, as soon as I start my class, you can see the first image I added to the class. This is, in my case, this is just a cover. So this is just a starting point and a presentation for introducing that our class of today is about sales structure. So after my presentation and my introduction as a teacher, I go directly to a warming up of the class. So this is the first question, and this is about the sales structure. So you have only 20 seconds for answering the questions. Remember, you have a delay, so probably when you are seeing this in YouTube, you already have like only 10 seconds for answering it in your smartphone. We already have 7 answers from, and this is the results. So this is the first part of it, is that we have a report between each one of the activities in the assessment. So we have, for example, that 7 students answered good. So 7, in this case, teachers, because you are who are in the other side. So 7 of you answered good, and 3 didn't answer the assessment. So let's go to the next question. So what are the parts of the cells? This is a multiple choice question. So you need to select one or multiple options and click in answer for answering your questions, for answering the activity. So there it is. Only 2, 3, 4, 5 people answered the question already. So this is how many of you answer each one of the options, and there it is. And what are the right options and the wrong options? And 6 of you didn't answer in the given time. Remember that you, as a teacher, you define how many time the students will have to answer the question. Let's move forward and let's see the video. So in this moment, each one of you have a video there. So each one of the students can just start and view the video. And you, as a teacher, you can just control until when the students are going to see the video. So you can just click and start viewing the video. We are not going to see all the video today because it's just a demo about the cells. About the platform as well, not about the cells. So what we are going to do right now is moving forward. So as soon as I move forward, you are going to stop seeing the video, and we go to the word puzzle. So there it is. You have 20 seconds. Probably this is very few time for finding these 3 words. So that's something that you can fix. You can change the timing of the class, but by now this is the time. So probably nobody of you, as less in my case, I can't find a word in a puzzle like that in 20 seconds. So that's something that we can edit. We can add more time for the next time. So this is the parts of the cells. Nobody answered the puzzle. So let's move to the next question. We're almost done. This is a completing the sentence. So you need to take and drag and drop the word that should be there in the slot. So drag and drop it. One person, three-person did it. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Great. So there it is. 7 people did it great. 3 people choose the wrong. Why? That was too short. That's right. So Sorah, I'm gonna in the workshop tomorrow. I'm gonna show you how to expand this time because, for example, in this case, this teacher Alejandro, who did this class, did it in a very short time. So you can just change that for the next time. So the right answer was prokaryote, and only 1 people didn't answer. 3 people answered wrong, and 7 people answered the right question, the right option. So let's move forward. We're almost done. This is the theoretical part. So you're going to see a text. So in this case, this teacher decided to give a theoretical part to his student. So in this case, probably the students are going to spend 10 minutes reading the theoretical part and probably some discussion with the teachers inside the classroom and so on. So after the students read it, the teacher who designed this class wants to make like an assessment to evaluate if students already understood the concept they read. So let's move forward, a couple more questions, and we're gonna see the report. So this is a multiple questions too, and a multiple choice. So the question is an organism made of one cell is called, and you can answer there. 8 people already answered, 9 already answered. That's great. So there it is. And let's move forward to the last one. So this is a matching, so you need to drag and drop for matching the names and the images. After you match them, you need to click on answer. So nobody, it's a short time too. Oh, 4, 5, great. 5 people answered it. 2 of you answered this well. Probably this is the science teachers we have in the group. And 3 of you answered it not as good. And 6 of you didn't answer, probably because the time was very short. So the main advice for the teacher who created this class is that probably they needed to give more time for students to answer it. So this is the nucleus, the mitochondria, the Golgi apparatus, and the centrolis. So let's finish the class and look at this. In the first place, in each one of your devices, you are going to get a rating icon, so you can say if you like or you don't like the class teacher's design. So just rate it. This is like a feedback for you from your students. So, and we have the podium here. The first place we have Soraj. So Soraj has the highest punctuation. So congratulations, Soraj. I'm gonna deal with Mr. Bippen to ensure that you are gonna have a free TOMi play. And Sachin also had a place in the podium, and Bargavi, sorry for that, but it probably is Bargavi or something like that. So great. So you have the third place, Mr. Pippin in the fourth, Amal, and I have here all the places of the people who participated in the class today. So I have another reports here. For example, if I want to know what is the report around the questions as well. So this was the question with more success, and it was the questions, the multiple choice questions, asking about the um, like which one is the organism with a cells. I don't remember the questions. This was an organism made of, it was a multiple choice, and we were asking about the organism that is made with only one cells, with a unicellular. Sorry, I'm not expert in science. So, but this is the report of what was the most answered question, and the more failures was in we also, in the same question, we had the most failures than in any other, in other questions. But if I want to have a more accurate report, I can go to the report here, and we are going to have a very detailed report per student and per questions. I'm gonna open it just for double checking it, and I can see here that, for example, Sorach, our winner, approved the 80% of the test, not approved the 17%, and I can check what was the questions he was incorrect. For example, the parts of the cells, and that was all. Only on that. So this report is very important, because in this way you can know what was like the mistakes of the students, and probably you can go deeper in the explanation of that topic. I can also download the report. I'm going to show it in a second. Just giving a click here. So I can download it in a PDF or an XLS for Excel. So I'm going to download a student's report, for example. So I'm going to click here, and I can download all the reports or only one. I'm going to download, for example, only one report. I'm going to download, for example, this one. Just wait a second. And meanwhile, I'm going to download it again. Students report, and I'm going to download all of them. So this is processing, and I have it here. So let's open it, and let's open the report here. So I have the reports of all my students here, and here it is. So you can share this report with parents, or with the schools as well, with the principal of the schools, or to your students, or just for your analysis. But you have here a complete report of each one of the questions, the type of questions you applied, and if it was correct or incorrect, and how many times it took to the students to answer the questions. So this is the students' independent report. Or if you want, you can download it in an Excel file. Let's download it here. And here you have an Excel report, and you can use this one for probably uploading the report to the academic systems you have in the school or something like that. So it's for making other kind of processing. For example, if you have a different grading scale, so or scoring scale, so you can just use this percentage for define what is going to be like the final grading of the students. So we are almost ending this demonstration. The last one is the questions. So I can again check here how many students answer each one of the questions, and what they answered in each one of the questions. We can expand to see details, so we can see what of the students in each one of the questions answered well, who of them didn't answer, or who of them answered bad. So this is again a way for understanding if the topic, if the theoretical information of the concept were understood or not by the students. So I really think this is one of the most important reports, because this is a way for being sure that students are understanding the topic, or probably taking a decision for reinforce the topic for the next classes or something like that. So that's the part of the report. I thank you so much for the people who is telling there that is interesting to you. That's very important for us to understanding if you are feeling that this tool are going to be useful or not for you. The reporting, the classes as well, the way for generating this experience to the students. So that's feedback. It's very important for us. So please let us know what do you think about of this. If you feel that this could be or not interesting or useful for you during your classes. So before closing our session today, I want to make you like a fast overview of the platform. It's a pretty easy to use. When we think about TOMi, we think how to create a very easy to use platform with a very clean design. So it's easy to you to find each one of the options we have. And the most important options we have is the explore section. So this is the place you can find classes, for example, from the Canadians school from Guatemala, or many other classes from many other teachers by topic, or just finding by word. The second one is that if, for example, I like this class, I can just select the favorite icon, and after that, here in the favorite section, you're gonna find all your favorite classes. Here you're gonna find your reports. For example, this was the class I just presented to you. I talked to you, so you can find here all your reports, and you can open this again, order or download the reports. Here you're gonna find your classes, the classes you created. You can create classes like this very easy. And here you can find your collections. Or for example, you can create a collection like first semester, for example, semester. And I can create my classes and classify my classes into these collections. So this is pretty easy. By another hand, you have here some other features. These features is group features. What groups allows you is to create groups of students and send message to them, share your links with them, send emojis, or give to them like badges to recognize their participations, or so on. So this will be a section that we are going to see further. So I'm going to come back to classes. And to finish our session of today, I want to teach you how you can to schedule a class. So for example, if I want to schedule this class, I just need to open this, schedule class, and I'm going to say that the deadline for presenting this class is March 10, and they can select, for example, that the deadline is 11 a.m. and I want that this be a competitive, and only registered people can log into it, and accept. After this is gonna be scheduled, and as soon as each one of my students participate on the class asynchronously, so I'm gonna get the report here. So what I need to do is copying the class link and sharing this through WhatsApp or in Facebook, or when I want to share my class link, and students can just start making the participations. So I think this last 10 minutes is for questions. Any questions you have, please let me know. Tomorrow, I'm going to schedule for the same time another workshop, and I'm going to send you the link today for telling to you how to create your classes. So for example, the question that Manshi is doing to us, that really can students write descriptive or short answer in here? The answer is yes. I'm gonna make you just a fast overview of how to create a class, and just for showing you how to create an open-ended question. So for example, this is my class about subtraction in math. So I'm going to select that it's going to be a math class, subtraction. I'm going to create it, and there it is. And what I can do here is add in multiple, this is 13 options of different type of questions. And one of this is open-ended. So I can add an open-ended, and I can say, please write what you think about the COVID-19 situation in India. Apologize for my mistakes, but here it is. By the way, anytime you can add, if you are a math teacher, you can add math equations or math symbols into your text. That's very useful. Or you can add images to this. And what I told you, you can select how many times you're gonna give to students to answer the question. So in this case, I'm gonna give them 120 seconds, and I'm gonna save this one. And this is an open-ended. So if I teach my class, what I'm gonna have is an open-ended question, so students can write down there. This is not gonna be graded because this is an open-ended question, but you are gonna have an argue from students, like an answer of that. So Manshi, that's the way for making this kind of open-ended questions. You can explore it. You can create your own classes. I invite you to add an image to the class, to set up a language to the class. You can actually create the classes in Hindi if you want. I think that they need to be Hindi, for example, here. So you can use Hindi while you are creating your classes. You can give a better name. That's very important. You can import resources from other teachers here. So there's, in this moment, for example, I'm gonna look for it in without a topic. So I can look for, I don't have many resources here in English, I think. But this is looking for subtraction. If we have so you can look for, here it is. For example, I can find from another teachers. For example, this is about the cells. Mitosis produced two or deployed cells because, so I can add that, and I have the assessment here, so it's pretty easy to add new questions here. If you want to reorder your questions, you only need to drag and drop it. So it's pretty easy. We are going to be focused on this tomorrow. So by now, if you want to explore and start creating your own classes, that's going to be great. So if you want, you can share with us classes tomorrow to explore it together. So that's right. Let's see what else we have here. So we have another question that is that then teacher has to correct the answer, isn't it? That's right. The open-ended questions is not going to be like graded automatically by the system, but you need to give the feedback manually to the student. So, I mean, the teacher has to check answer the open-ended question. That's right. That's right. So, great. I don't know if you have any additional questions, any feedback you have, please let me know. The most important part of this for us is to understand then your needs. We want to realize if this is a platform that is useful for you, and if the device is useful for you too in your classrooms when you come back to the in-person classes. So please let us know any thoughts you have. Share it by here. If you want in the upcoming workshop, be part of the workshop and share your thought with us, please let us know. You're very welcome to participate in the live sessions too. That's something that we do here in Latin America with the teachers. We had a lot of awards to give to you, and we have a lot of thank yous for give to you for participating in this pilot. So Mr. Bipin, once again, thank you so much for opening this space for us. We have an additional couple questions. So we have, what is the maximum time for answering any question? So yes, we have a maximum time. If you can see here, this is 240 seconds. So that's the maximum time that we propose to teachers to give to the students. The reason for this is that we want that the class become more high energy and more dynamic. So long time questions, like take the class a little bit down in energy. So I suggest to you to create a high speed answers. However, let us know if you need more time. Probably we can increase this time in upcoming versions of the platform. So let's move to the next one question. So you got any guide material for TOMi? That's right. We have a lot of videos for guiding you to participate to create your own classes. There is a special video that is only 8 minutes video, but this is going for all the creation of the class process. So this is very easy to understand the creation process. And I'd invite you to participate in each one of the workshops, because in each one of the workshops we are giving you more information and more details about the new features and so on. So I suggest you to subscribe into the channel. So there in YouTube, you can subscribe to the channels to turn on the notifications, and you're going to be aware when we uh, make more live sessions communicating to you the new features. By the way, like in 15 days, we are going to launch a new features that I'm very excited about of this. So I'm going to give you more information after, but please subscribe to the channel so you're going to get more information. Fabian, could you please share again the video of the 8 minutes video with the fast tutorial about how to create classes with TOMi? I'm sure that it's going to be a good introduction for those teachers that want to start creating their classes from now. So I have a question from Shilpa, and it is, if a teacher is using a class which has already been made but needs to edit few questions, is it possible to do so? Not directly from the class, but you can look for the class while you're creating your own class and use the resource from that other teachers for creating your own classes. So that's the way to do it by now. In a near future, we are enabling the possibility of editing directly from the classes from the other teachers. So you can use the class from the other teachers as a reference and use that questions, just coming here and adding that classes to your class, that activities to your class, and creating a completely new classes based on the information from the other teachers. This is an open community, so the teachers can share their classes with other teachers. However, if you don't want your class be public, so you don't want your class be used by another teacher, you can just click here and make it private. So that's very important. If you don't want to share your classes, you can just turn on this private option, and other teachers cannot find your classes. However, most of the teachers let their classes public for collaborating with other teachers around the world. So great. So one more question from Shilpa, and say, as for example, the class we you use has the allotted time too short to the answer. That's right. For example, I just include this question from another teacher. However, this teacher set up only 30 seconds for answering. So I can edit it and I can change for 180 seconds, for example. So I can incorporate any activity from another teachers, and I can change the time for each one of the activities. So that is the way for editing that classes from other teachers. So I have one more questions, and it said, if I didn't get the pin after registration. So if you didn't get the pin, please write to me, and I'm gonna find your pin code. Please check your spam inbox. Probably you have your pin code there. But if you don't find it there, please write to my email, and I'm gonna look for it, and I'm gonna send it to you directly. So if Fabian is gonna write again my email ID, or you already have it because I'm writing to you directly. But please write to me if you have any questions, and I'm gonna solve it. We were supposed to get a pin after registration. That's right. You will get it if you get registers on the pilot link. On my pilot, if you got registered here, so you're gonna get a pin code in your email for activating this. Please remember that in the first part of this workshop, we explain how to activate your pin. So when I finish this transmission, you can go back to the video and you can see the video again, and so you're gonna know how to present, how to activate your pin. So once again, thank you so much for participating on it. It's very valuable for me. I wanted to see that you are going to start creating your classes, but I also want to know that you are taking advantage of the platform and your students are enjoying this tool for making their classes more engaging, and that's something that is happening every day. The last month we had more than 1 million sessions of students participating in the class, and that's so exciting to know that that the students want to have always a class with TOMi when our teachers are creating amazing classes using our tool. So enjoy this application that we are giving to you for free, and please give us any feedback you have about the usage of the platform. Thank you so much. I apologize for my English if it wasn't clear enough in some part of the presentation, but once again, I'm here to support you with any questions or anything you need. Mr. Bipin, once again, thank you so much for opening this opportunity for this pilot to TOMi.digital. Have a nice night. We are starting our day, so in your case, please have a good evening and see you tomorrow at the same time for a new 60 minutes workshop and for learning how to create classes in TOMi. Bye bye.